Modern science is just discovering what Hindu sages knew 5,000 years ago. Let me prove it. Thousands of years ago, Indian rishis spoke of a cosmic cycle, creation, destruction, rebirth. They spoke of infinite universes, expanding and collapsing endlessly. Today, physicists call it the multiverse theory and the Big Crunch. Ancient texts described Paramanu, the indivisible particle. Modern science calls it the atom. Took them 2,000 years to catch up. Temples like Konark and Brihadishwara are aligned with the solar solstices, built with no satellites, no telescopes, just pure cosmic mathematics.
At this point, I'm waiting for somebody to say Zomato delivery already existed during the Indus Valley civilization. And the scary part of such reels is not the supportive comments. It is that educated people believe this stuff. Engineers, doctors, IT employees, people who forget their Gmail password twice a week are suddenly explaining interdimensional Vedic Wi-Fi. And suddenly, Western science is finally catching up to Sanatan Dharma. Apparently, Western scientists spend their entire day being shocked by India. They're just sitting in laboratories like, oh my god, what is Indian Instagram going to discover today? They're doing no new research. No laboratories are working. The entire Western world is in a state of permanent shock. And the culprit behind all? Instagram. Before somebody says, why are you targeting India? Relax. Every civilization does this. Americans have flat earthers. People who think the moon landing was fake. People who genuinely believe aliens built the pyramids. Europeans also once used fake race signs to prove white superiority. Nazi Germany mixed mythology with nationalism and called it intellectualism. China also has its own civilizational superiority content. Human beings love imagining their ancestors as superhuman because it feels good. My grandfather discovered everything is emotionally much more satisfying than our ancestors were normal human beings trying to understand the world. But India's version has evolved into something truly magnificent. Instagram mythology. Now every reel looks the same. Slow motion temple shots, saffron color grading, aggressive background music, and one AI generated warrior with glowing eyes. And one guy speaking with unbelievable confidence. And confidence is very important online because on social media, confidence matters more than evidence. A historian saying the evidence is complicated gets ignored immediately. But one reel saying ancient Indians discovered quantum teleportation gets 8 million views, a podcast too, and 1400 comments saying Western scientists are scared of us. Instagram has basically become history channel directed by people who failed 8th standard. Indian misinformation reels now have their own cinematic universe. And every reel follows the same exact script. First, colonials looted us of everything. Then, Western historians are hiding this. And scientists are shocked. And the comments are even better. Proud to be Indian. Proud to be Sanatani. Western science is 5,000 years behind us. Fantastic. Then why are every single one of these reels shot on Chinese phones, uploaded on American apps using Korean screens with AI software made somewhere in California? Apparently, ancient Indians invented everything except things we actually use in daily life. See, this is where the whole thing becomes genuinely funny because these same people suddenly become hardcore scientific skeptics for modern science. Vaccines show studies. Evolution, where are the transitional fossils? Climate change, where is the proof? Excellent. Scientific skepticism is healthy, but apply the same energy consistently. If ancient India had airplanes, where are the engines? Where are the blueprints? Where are the manufacturing systems, the airports, the fuel technology? Where is literally anything beyond one Vaimanika Shastra endorsing reel with dramatic music plus trust me bro. Here is the weirdest part of this whole thing. Ancient India was actually impressive. Ancient India genuinely achieved extraordinary things. Real things, not Instagram real things. Indian mathematics influenced the world. Astronomers like Aryabhata made remarkable observations centuries ago. Panini built one of the most sophisticated grammar systems in the ancient world. Nalanda attracted scholars from different parts of Asia. Indian metallurgy produced steel so remarkable that people across continents admired it. These are real achievements, documented, researched, historically respected, which makes all this fake nonsense even more embarrassing. Because a civilization with genuine achievements should not need imaginary ones. Japan does not say samurai invented Wi-Fi. Germany does not claim Einstein discovered relativity because he could speak German. But somewhere along the line, many Indians stopped appreciating history and started using it to feed their ego. And honestly, have you noticed something strange? Nobody is making reels saying, let us build better universities. Nobody is screaming, let us fund more scientific research. Nobody is making cinematic edits about peer review because real progress is slow, boring, difficult. Fake patriotism is much easier. You don't need research, evidence, scientific temper, critical thinking. You just need confidence, nationalism, a microphone, and CapCut transitions. Done. You now have 1 million views and a fat bank balance. And the scary part, this nonsense is perfect for social media because algorithms do not reward truth. They reward attention. Outrage works, nationalism works, emotional content works. And suddenly, millions of views. I spent a week researching, scripting and editing one evidence-based video and YouTube is like, excellent work. Here are 214 views for all your efforts. That sound felt apt for once. Apparently, evidence-based content is not very algorithm friendly, which explains both Indian Instagram and my analytics. Because the algorithm already knows what keeps people watching. I could spend days researching one topic, checking sources, editing carefully through 3 a.m. But one hyper-confident guy with a faceless video saying quantum mechanics already existed in the Vedas gets millions of views and 3 podcast calls. Why? Because viewers slowly stop asking, is this true? And start asking, does this make me feel proud? That is the real danger. Because once emotional satisfaction becomes more important than evidence, people become vulnerable to any misinformation, fake medicine, political propaganda, communal propaganda, fake economics, fake science, and eventually even questioning becomes suspicious. Science progresses by saying maybe we are wrong. Superstition survives by saying our ancestors were never wrong. A society that cannot tolerate questions cannot call itself scientific. The moment scientific inquiry becomes anti-national, superstition wins. And the irony is painful because India already has enough real achievements to be proud of. ISRO, Chandrayaan, mathematics, engineering talent, medicine, technology, scientific research, a country capable of sending missions to the moon and even to Mars does not need imaginary Wi-Fi in the Mahabharata. Confident societies invest in the future. They build labs, fund research, spend money on education and enhanced healthcare. Insecure societies keep making reels about the past. And honestly, maybe the biggest insult to ancient India is pretending its real achievements are not impressive enough on their own. If there is something valuable in our history, use it. If there is something worth improving, improve it. But if something no longer makes sense in today's world, reject it and move forward. That is how knowledge evolves. That is how civilization progresses, not by pretending our ancestors were never wrong. And before I end, I want everyone to remember this. Science is not Hindu, Muslim or Christian. Science is not Western. Science is not Indian. There is no our science and their science. There is only science. It either works or it doesn't. Instead of desperately trying to prove our ancestors already invented everything, why not build things that actually improve people's lives today? Instead of making cinematic edits about dead ancestors, maybe we can build something that future generations will thank us for. Better universities, better research, better technology, better scientific temper. That would make our descendants proud of us for real reasons. Our ancestors built things we still talk about today. What are we building for our future generations besides fake Instagram reels about our ancestors?
खत्म, बाय बाय, टाटा, गुड बाय.